Welcome, GMs and people out there in fantasy football world. We have the Trash Mouth Fantasy Football Week number 11 podcast show. We have the three-time champion, Bengali Bombers, on the call live. Welcome.
Thank you, Dave. Good to be here, everybody. And I hope everybody's doing well and is gearing up for Thanksgiving. Thanks for having me.
All right, let's get right to it. You won again for the ninth straight time, which is now you defeated the defending champion by 43 points. You've become the third GM ever in league history to win 9 games in a row. Once again, 9 games in a row. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's surreal to hear it, right? I mean, I think the loss was only on week 1, if I remember correctly. It's been a hell of a run. I guess, I think Tracy said that the record is 11 straight wins. So hopefully we'll get there. But, I think Tracy confirmed that I've clinched the first number 1 ranking in the playoffs. So I get my bonus points there. So it's pretty sweet to clinch that after week 11.
Yes. Actually, to confirm, Tracy from Trend Tracker, the all-time record is 10 wins in a row by End Zone Freaks in 2000 and Whoop Ass Inc. in 2016. The bad news...
I remember that 2000 season by the End Zone Freaks. That was a very good season for him. And Whoop A in 2016.
Yes. Unfortunately, neither of those GMs won the championship. And as you know, the Bengali Bombers did win the 2000 championship, where the famous phrase comes from Marshall Faulk Kurt Warner sets the table, and Marshall Faulk of the Bengali Bombers eats dessert.
That's right. And it's still stuck around since 2010, 15 years ago. But you know what? As you said, the first 2 couldn't bring it over the hump, but third time's the charm. So hopefully I'll, beat that streak of 10 straight wins. Hopefully I'll beat that. And then take it all the way through the playoffs to make it, 14, 15 weeks in a row? Why not?
Yeah, definitely. That's an impressive record. All right, Lisa from Facebook, which has a connection into our Trash Mouth inbox. Lisa wants to hear the most classic Bengali Bombers phrase that pays. She wants to hear it live, and she wants to hear it when she watches it later and when she gets home from work. She wants to hear the phrase.
All right, Lisa, I love you, and here it goes. The Bombers are back, baby.
Oh, there you go. Lisa's going to love that one. All right. Another interesting, impressive stat by the Bombers. Through 11 weeks of the 2025 season, the Bengali Bombers are plus 165 in points for minus points against. 7th all time right now through 11 weeks. The all-time record is plus 293 from yours truly, Doug's End Zone Freaks, in 2000. What do you think about that point differential?
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I mean, I have the most points for out of anybody in the league, and I have the least points against from anybody in the league. So it's been an interesting dynamic, because when you score the most points than anybody else, and you get scored on the least points with anybody else, obviously it contributes to the winning streak. So, if we can beat that record, great, but not as important as wins in a row streak, or, of course, ultimately winning the championship. That's more important than these other records. So we'll see.
That is true. And a phrase that was born on the Trash Mouth Fantasy Football road trip to Buffalo. Is it oh my God, Josh, or is it
Oh, oh my gosh, Josh.
oh my gosh, Josh? All
That's
right.
right.
6 touchdowns. 6 touchdowns. Josh, wait, hold on here. Just let me explain this. Josh Allen actually outscored. Brian, this part of the segment of the show, if you're listening to it, you might want to just walk away and hit delete. The Bengali Bombers, you outscored Brian's entire team with Josh Allen alone.
It's unreal. I could have rested everybody, just had Josh, oh my gosh, Josh, going, and that would have been enough. Can you imagine? That's great.
That's all. It's just mind-boggling. Number one pick, justifiable. The last couple of years, he's a difference maker on anybody's team. All right, we're moving on to week 12. You have a chance to tie the all-time record, as we said earlier, for 10 wins in a row, but you have to do it against your division rival, who's kind of had your number, Gmen. What are your thoughts about beating Gmen on week 12 to put him in the record book as a GM, a part of the 10-game winning streak? I know he would hate that.
Oh, I can't even wait. Like, they say that, if you're going to do it, you might as well do it against the team that is most hated, right? So in at least my division from my end. So love to rub it into Matt G-Man's face once it does happen. I wouldn't want any other opponent for this week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because like I said, I mean, if you're going to set the records, you might as well do it, beating, who your number one enemy is in the division. So, love Matt as an individual, but the G-Men got to go this week. Bury him.
Bury him. All right, Bengali Bombers. This is part of the segment of the show that every GM loves. It's that moment in time where you're standing in front of your peers, standing in front of the world. Thousands of people watch this show. What do you got to say in your parting shots?
Well, so like we said, I think, and Tracy confirmed, number one seed is already done and dusted. So all the other teams are fighting for second seed, third seed, fourth seed. And some GMs are already starting Christmas shopping, I think.
Black
But
Friday.
it's a healthy competition for the number two seed. So I'm kind of curious to see where things go. And it was interesting that last week's match of the game of the week, which was grudge match against Reapers, wound up in a tie. That'll be an interesting tie-breaking scenario for the second seed. Let's see what happens. Can't wait to see how the rest of the season plays out, but I want to keep my streak going, keep winning, keep putting up the numbers, and all the others, let them chase me instead of me having to chase people. So looking forward to the rest of the season. Good luck. Beat each other up so that when you get to the playoffs, it makes it that much easier for me because I'm resting some of my players now.
That's awesome. Oh, by the way, Lisa just got home from work from Facebook questions. She says she just emailed us again. When is the podcast going to be broadcast over YouTube? I said, you got to relax. I'm doing the podcast right now.
There you go.
All right, Deval, thank you very much for joining the show. Congratulations on an impressive historic win streak of 9 wins in a row. And all eyes will be watching your matchup against G-Men as you try to tie a league record of 10 wins in a row.
Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it, and look forward to, again, talking next week.
All right, thank you.